Today, we're gonna go over a bunch of bourbons that are really good, at least in my opinion, but they hardly get talked about. People don't talk about these. Well, we're gonna talk about it today. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Carlos. Thank you for joining me here on the Whiskey Corner. Truly appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the video, checking out the channel. Thank you so much for all your support. You guys are amazing, and sorry, it's been a hectic couple of weeks with my job, family life, traveling, yada, yada, yada. So either way, it's been hectic. So the next stop, guys, is 5,000. So let's get there hopefully by the end of the year. So I'll still need your help. If you're not subscribed yet, but you like this content, please subscribe. You guys are amazing. Well, what are we doing today? I think that there's a lot of bourbons in this industry that are really good. And unfortunately, sometimes people don't talk about them or hardly talk about them. Why? Because again, there's so much bourbon that, you know, like you just can't get to all of them or remember all the ones that you've had. But here is 7 that I will tell you that, in my opinion, these are really good and more people should talk about them. And I'm gonna start it off. So let's get straight into it, but you know I'm gonna do an inaugural cheers. So, cheers. Wow. That is amazing. That is good. That is one of the ones on this list. I'm gonna leave that one for last. But wow, that is great. I might need to do a review on that. Yeah. That is really good. Either way, let's start off with a bang, right? Because Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend is a bottle that a lot of people are looking for. A lot of people are chasing. So obviously that's not the one that I'm talking about. And then obviously you probably find Jose Magnus or Joseph Magnus, the regular one, everywhere, right? But there is one in the middle that hardly gets talked about, and that is this one. Joseph Magnus Murray Hill Club. So it's a little bit more expensive than the regular Joseph Magnus and a little less expensive than, or a lot less expensive than the cigar blend, right? But it is still such a good bourbon. It really is, right? And this was actually my cigar blend before I was even able to purchase a cigar blend, because I used this as my special bottle, kind of like cigar blend. You know, the mind is able to make you imagine things, but it is such a good pour, guys. So definitely, if you find this in your area and you can't find a cigar blend, or if you have already a cigar blend but you want to try some of the other expressions, guys, this Murray Hill Club is really good. All right, we're gonna go from a banger to a little bottle.
Oh, but baby.
Because, yeah. So this is a 200 ml bottle. And the only reason I got it like this is because that's the only things that they were selling at that time like that. So this was actually a single barrel pick from Bourbon. Check them out here, Whiskey Uncensored. But he was part of this barrel pick, and he was able to get a few of us, well, we had to buy it, but he was able to get a few of us access to these 200 ml bottles. I kick myself every day for not getting more than one. But what is this, right? This is Kings County Distillery, and this is a single barrel, obviously, 64.9 alcohol volume. Yeah, that's up there, guys. But this is so freaking good. I'm gonna kill this soon, right? But if you're able to find Kings County Distillery in your area, definitely give that a try. Here I know one place sells it, MVP Liquors 2.0. but I should have picked up a few when I was in Georgia. But yeah, I dropped the ball on that one. But if you see it, definitely try to pick one up. This next one is kind of like in the same shape bottle, right? Just a little bit bigger. This is like the big brother of this one, right? But this one, obviously because of the bottle, this is a Jack Daniel's Distillery series. Oh yeah. So these are really good, guys. And James Street, shout out to James Street. He was the one that sent me this one. So I appreciate it, James. But I just took a recent trip to Tennessee and I saw them everywhere, even the older ones and the newer ones. So the newer ones from last year are Sherry Oloroso and tequila, and another one finished in tequila, which both of those really aren't my jam. Well, maybe the Sherry one is. But this one was a finished with toasted pecan wood chips, which is amazing, tastes amazing, and it sounds amazing. So definitely if you see these Distillery series in your area, I don't know if they're available other than Tennessee. I know here in Florida, we don't get them. But if you're able to get one of those, definitely do not pass on it. All right, this is probably the maybe distillery or blender that hardly gets talked about. It's between this one and the one that I was drinking. But Traverse City, right? Traverse City is a really good bourbon, right? And this is a barrel proof single barrel select from Bourbon R and Breaking Bourbon. So this is really amazing. But I've tasted other Traverse City and they're always good and consistent. Obviously, I haven't tasted all of them, but other ones that I've tasted plus this one, I think this is a really, really good company and they put out good product, good juice. So if you ever see a Traverse City, hopefully you're able to see a barrel proof one, but if you do see one, give it a try because these are just so good, right? So there you go, tip of the day. So Penelope has a crap load of bourbon offerings, right? And not just bourbon, rye as well, and a light whiskey. So we have the Architect Valencia Toasted Light Whiskey, the Rye Toasted. We have the regular barrel strength, the 4-grain. We have the Architect. We have like a whole bunch of expressions from Penelope. So I get why this one gets lost in the shuffle. And while some people do talk about it, the majority do not. And I get it. It just came out, but this is the Penelope Barrel Strength aged 9 years. This is really good, guys. But it gets lost in the shuffle, right? Plus, I don't know if you can really find those in a lot of places, but if you ever do, definitely buy it, especially if you're a Penelope fan. This is such a really good one, and it's aged 9 years. That barrel proof, like or barrel strength, it's definitely hits you in the right places. So definitely check out Penelope Barrel Strength aged 9 year. Two more, right? And this one is probably, well, it is the most expensive one on this list. But I do have to talk about it. And this is from a company that I really do not like. This is the only exception that I will make for that company. And it is Old Elk Cigar Cut. Yeah. Now, I understand why people don't talk about this one so much, right? One, a lot of people don't like Old Elk, like I don't. Two, this was a fairly expensive bottle, right? But expense is relative to the perception, right? Because we say that, but we'll drop $200 on a cigar blend. So isn't that expensive, right? So why did the cigar blend take off, but this one didn't? So you gotta kind of ask those questions sometimes, but this is such a good one, and I get it. $130, $115 is a lot of money, but guys, I shall tell you that I am digging that Old Elk Cigar Cut. So if you do see this in your area, hopefully for a lot less than $130, you need to pick one of these bad boys up because They are that good. So yeah, that's my recommendation of the day. But we do have one more, and it's the one that I was drinking. Now, this kind of shares it with Traverse City in saying that it's one that you hardly have anybody talk about, right? People do talk about it at some point, but it's very few and far in between. But this is Red Line, and this one is a toasted. So it's distilled in Indiana, so you already know what that means. It is MGP juice, but it is a single barrel, toasted barrel finish. It is really freaking good. So you guys need to check this out, right? So this is bottled by Silent Brigade Distillery in Paducah, Kentucky, but it does say it's distilled in Indiana. So again, you know that's MGP, but it is so freaking good, guys. This is what I've been drinking here. And the finish is like coffee and chocolate, but when you're drinking it, it's like marshmallows, caramel, and brown sugar. This just does crazy things inside of your mouth. So definitely would recommend that. I haven't tasted any of the other red lines, but this toasted barrel finish, oh, you need to pick this up. And it says limited edition. I don't know how true or untrue that is, but again, if you see it, if you come across it, pick that up. So those are my list of 7 bourbons that, yeah, I guess I could call it all these bourbons, or whiskeys, that I think get passed up a lot. People hardly talk about them, and they're just all really good. But I get it. There's a lot of contenders in this whiskey game, and more are still coming. So definitely try to pick up one of these before they either go away or prices skyrocket. Your choice. You can't go wrong with any of these. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this, but I need you to do me some favors. Please subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. Please like or dislike this video. Please check out the Patreon in the description and comment below. Have you had any of these? What are your thoughts? Do you think that they hardly get talked about? And if you do, what are your thoughts about that? Why do you think that is? Comment below. Love talking back and forth with you guys. I'm gonna drink the rest of this, finish this off, and I want you to enjoy that whiskey. Cheers.